Hello world, I'm a 49-year-old mom of four holistic health coach and it's the afternoon. So actually my liquid motivation right now is Ticino roasted herbal tea, not coffee. I'm cutting myself off at half a cup. So I'm doing really good. I'm sticking to my goals and then I just drink something to take the place of it. It's really not a great substitute. It doesn't taste anything like coffee, but it's better than nothing. And it's hydration. So there you go. Sometimes you just have to find something to fill in. Speaking of which, let's talk water. We all know it's super important to hydrate, right? We have learned ever since we were little that 75% of the human body is water. So it's kind of like a needed essential item in our lives. Many people overlook it and they feel they're hungry when they're actually dehydrated because the thirst and hunger centers, receptors in the brain are like nestled right close to each other. So sometimes our bodies can confuse that. But then regarding hydration, a lot of people will let themselves go to the point of almost stark dehydration and then guzzle a whole bunch all at once. Actually, my husband just told me he did that when he was at the golf course. He said, I went through 8 bottles of water and I was still thirsty. And I said, maybe that's because how you're drinking it. You might want to keep that in mind. If you are so thirsty and you're just gulping it in 10 seconds, that's way too fast. Think of the analogy of like a sink that's running full force, but the drain is slightly clogged. So it eventually will overflow this sink because it just can't handle that volume of water. In the same way, our body can't handle if you just take a huge bolus of water in it all the same time. So it's going to shunt some of that to just excrete instead of actually absorbing into the cells where you feel like you're fully satiated and hydrated. So keep that in mind, as well as timing. The minute you get up, you are dehydrated because you haven't had water or anything to eat for hours, right? Most likely 8 hours. So you can go ahead and have a glass of water, no problem. But after that, you should really be just like sipping, I don't know, maybe like a quarter cup every hour or so. Not waiting for 4 hours and then gulping 8 hours or 8 ounces or 16 ounces of water. Kind of just like sip it throughout the day, as well as take water away from food, from like your major meals. So you want to do like in between or up to half an hour before, or then an hour and a half after your meals. Just keep that in mind as well. What else? There's something else I probably am missing, but the point is, let's focus on water. Let's not get used to just drinking sugary drinks or energy drinks or even coffee or caffeinated drinks. That caffeine is slightly dehydrating. Tea can be considered, like an herbal tea, can be considered a full dose of water. Or like in this case, herbal tea that tastes like coffee. There's no caffeine in it. So it's whatever amounts I'm drinking is mostly water that my body will absorb. So those are all kind of good things to keep in mind. And remember, water is so important. If you are outside exercising, if it's hotter, you want to drink more. Think of the amount of ounces in terms of half your body weight. You should drink a day to your health.